So there's this story that just happened a few days ago. I'm just now getting around to making a video about it. I've been wanting to. It's just life, right? So, but yeah, I just wanted to get on here and share this story. Um, Here in my town that I live in. Okay. So this comes from the Saginaw Bay City News. Okay, here in Michigan. A Faygo Red Pop used as lure in fatal Saginaw Township bank hostage standoff. Okay, so this just happened here at a bank in my town, probably about maybe about 15, 20 minutes from where I'm at now. I've drove past it plenty of times, so it's just the oddest place to decide to do something like that, right? So let me read this story. Saginaw, Michigan. It was a Faygo Red Pop that hastened the end of a multi-hour hostage situation inside a Saginaw Township Bank branch. The beverage dangled from a drone, and as the would-be robber stood in front of a window to retrieve it, a police trooper fired a shot from a nearby rooftop, mortally wounding the suspect and bringing the standoff to a close. Police have identified the slain suspect as a Mr. Allen, 31, of Detroit, Michigan, confirmed Michigan State Police Lieutenant Kim Vetter. Okay. So, yeah, a guy from Detroit decided to come up here and rob a bank, right, in 2025. Who still does that? And so, in the process of it, I guess alarms are pushed and the police are called and they show up. So the guy, instead of coming out with his hands up and surrendering, he thinks taking a hostage is the answer. So he takes the bank employees hostage. It's a multi-hour standoff, right? It was on the news for a while. They got the place surrounded. Of course, got negotiators on the scene, snipers on the roof. So yeah, they brought in the whole kit and caboodle for this guy. And so I guess during all his yelling back and forth to the police and his hostages, he worked up a quite a thirst, and so uh, uh, they offered to send over a Faygo Red Pop of all things. If you know about Faygo, Faygo is a Michigan pop company. So for it to be a Faygo Red, that's poetry right there. It's so poetic to go out by a Faygo Red Pop. So they send a drone over with the pop hanging from the drone on a line or something, and so the would-be bank robber, who's now a hostage taker at this point, he goes to get the red pop dangling from a drone, and in the process of doing so, a state trooper sniper ended the situation. Okay, mortally wounding Mr. Allen for his efforts. And so the old red Faygo pop on the line trick still works. It's still classic. It's still the go-to move to end bank situations, obviously. So I'm glad, that everything worked itself out. I mean, I guess Mr. Allen wouldn't see it that way, but he don't have to worry about robbing banks anymore or things of that matter. He where he's at. Nobody was hurt, thank God. The police, like I said, I believe here in Michigan we got the finest set of men and women in law enforcement. My personal opinion. These people do a great job at what they do, and they're very professional. And so once again, they show that level of professionalism and handling this situation the way it should be handled, right? It's amazing that people, still in this day and age, it just goes to show you. And, of course, I got to speak on this because just the irony of it all. I'm born and raised from Detroit, I went to prison for 14 years for robbing a bank back in '93. And I live here in Saginaw, Michigan. So for a guy from Detroit to come to Saginaw, Michigan and to rob a bank and to take hostages and to lose his life for his efforts is just the irony. So that's why I'm just touching on this story. I don't think a lot of people heard about this one here. It's more of a local news, but I figured I'd come out here and share it just from my unique perspective of it all. Like I said, I can't even imagine like myself even just doing something like that. Now it's hard to believe that I did it even when I was 22, but we didn't have cell phones and cameras, and it wasn't as much visibility then as it is now. So I could kind of see, things were a little bit easier to get away with back in my day. But today, to sit back and think you're gonna pull something like that off is they just show you that there wasn't a lot of thinking that goes into this, and it's amazing because you'd be surprised that most people who are into doing criminal acts, yeah, they're not the brightest and the sharpest, of course, and they don't. That's not that just the case all the time. Sometimes it'd be the very brightest amongst us still go do criminal things, right? But obviously, this guy was desperate for whatever was going on in his life, and it's a shame that it comes down to that, right? You think there would be more help available for others uh, uh, to seek than to do something like that. But like I said, I've been in a situation like that where I thought that was my answer as well, and thank God it didn't come out the way that it did. Instead of losing my life. And the way I did, though, and the way I did, I went to prison for 14 years, but thank God I'm still here to this day. But, I still pay the price for making that decision some 35, 40 years ago now, and so I still pay the price for that, even after all these years. So there is something to be said for that. All right, thank you for watching. I just wanted to say I just broke 500 subs, so thank you for those who have subbed and who continue to watch. I appreciate you. Yeah, so that marks a first goal is 500 subs, and so now the next goal is 1,000 subs. So one sub at a time, and we'll continue to watch and this channel grow together. And I'm growing in the process. Uh, just learning how to be more articulate in my speech. So it's a challenge, but I'm working on it. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Have a blessed and a wonderful day, and until next time.